y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super excited that you're here. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all, I am super excited because one of my favorite guests is back. I mean, he's always here. He's always here. He might as well get a job around here, right? Anyway, it is the Prince of Sophisticated Soul. Mr. Will Downing is joining me today. Yes, y'all, he has a new album. This is number 26. Y'all remember that last interview? He said, I'm not putting out another album for a while. I told you. I told you. Anyway, he's in the building to talk about the album called Pieces and more, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss today's show.
Okay, let me press
Welcome back to Check the Rhymes, Will Downing. Welcome back. I mean, I feel like, what's the song, Welcome Back, Cotter? I feel like I should
welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out.
Oh, see, I didn't know the words.
Oh, come on, see, don't mention stuff if you ain't ready now. If you ain't ready to play, like, name that tune,
I'm not. I would probably, unless it was like shows like the Jeffersons and stuff.
Moving on up.
Yeah, see, I would do pretty good. But anyway, welcome back. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Glad to be with you. Always good to see you.
Yeah, like I said in my intro, this makes your what? Fourth time to the show? Third, fourth?
Yeah, one of us is a stalker. And if you want to see who it is, look in the mirror.
Well, it was good to see you when your tour stopped here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I will tell you, I've never been to a sold out show before. Like,
really?
For anybody. So I was so
I was about to take it personal. It's like, I've never seen a sold out for you.
No, for anybody. You. So I just was like, yes, Charlotte turned out and showed out for you. And I was excited about it.
Well, yeah, I just wanted you to see that, I do something other than be on your show and make a complete fool of myself in most cases. I actually do work. I know it's hard to believe. I know. I do work.
Yeah, it was a great show. So like, I'm going to just kick this off with one of the questions somebody wanted to know is this a tour that's going to include this new album, Pieces?
I will eventually get to incorporate the new music into the show. As you've seen the show, it's very hit oriented. Yes. So if you ain't doing hit after hit after hit after hit, you might see this in the audience. So if they, that's the bad part about doing concerts when, if you're, I guess I have to say an old school artist like myself, they want to hear the classic stuff. And when you say, I got a new song,
don't nobody want to hear all that. No.
Yeah, they get the lurching on you.
Let me hit the concession stand.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Good time to go to the bathroom, don't you think? So. And I've learned that from watching other artists. I mean, like legacy artists. I mean, hell, I've seen it happen to Charlie Wilson.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like Charlie be doing his show and say, I want to do something off the new album. And then folks go like, burn rubber. They start calling out all the classics like, yo, man, let the dude do. I know he better do my song. I know he better sing my. I'm like, okay, note to self. Like, do the hits.
So you'll have to check out my live I went live for just a few minutes while you were performing, but I don't think anybody could hear you because the woman beside me was singing so loud. Oh, it was her concert, not yours. Hers.
Listen, and whoever she was, I love her. Great. That's what my shows are at this point. I mean, they're sing-alongs. And it's good to have songs that people know and love.
Yeah. So I recall the last interview that we did. I said, will there be an album next year? You said, no, probably not. And then I get a text that says, did I send you my new album? And I'm like, wait a minute now. Am I crazy?
Well, I'll be forced to answer.
So Pieces. The one that you said you weren't going to do, but you did, and I knew you was going to do it because I said it.
Negro Damas. That's what we're going to call you, Negro Damas.
Yes. So tell me how it even came to be, because, when you were talking about the 25th album, you were like, I don't know when I'm going to get to the 26th. And I was like, that's going to be next year. No, it's not.
You know what I was going to do? And yes, you were correct. So let me just say this to all the millions of people who are watching this right now. Check the Rhymes, Making Rhymes was correct.
Thank you.
I humbly apologize. I have no qualms with doing that. But what had happened was,
right.
I was going to do like a series of singles and just going to release singles every couple of months or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then I started collecting all of these songs. And before I knew it, I had 6 or 7 of them. Mm-hmm. And I just said, well, I might as well just put them together and release an album. And someone asked me, like, well, what's the album about? I'm like, it's about nothing. It's pieces of stuff that I had done. It's the title.
Pieces.
You got the gift.
I don't know why I assumed there was a deep meaning behind Pieces. I don't know why.
Last time, like I named something like
Soundgarden or
the Soundgarden or Sophisticated Soul. You're like, well, what does that mean? I was like, well, I do sophisticated soul music. My label is entitled Sophisticated Soul, so I just call it Sophisticated Soul. Like that's it. Like,
so I thought you were gonna say it's pieces of me that some kind of deep something, but I wasn't. I don't know. You know what? I should have known.
I try to look interesting while you were doing all that.
Right. Yeah. Right. But I knew. I knew better.
No. it's just pieces of songs. I come up with a groove on a song and this joint's cold. And then I come up with another idea and I was like, oh man, this joint right here is cold. And I just put them on. They don't make sense. It's just 3 or 4 different puzzles to this whole album. It makes no sense at all. But the one consistent thread is that it's good music.
It is. I was just about to say, I've been listening to it. And I think I've listened to it on multiple platforms. So
okay.
From the email you sent, and then I've listened to it on Spotify, and then I had it on YouTube. There was a playlist. So, just wherever I can hear it.
All the stuff that doesn't make me any money.
I'm sorry. I didn't say that. Just kidding.
that gets me like, I'm listening to your album on YouTube. Like, oh, great. Yeah. Well, you get paid on YouTube. You get 0.000000000.02%. So.
Well, I did see in the comments of one of your, I think it was Love on You, which I'm going to get back to that because I have questions. Somebody was saying, do you have the CD so that the old school folks can pop it in their CD player? They don't want to do the digital.
I know. And listen, it's so strange because the last album I did not do on CD, and of course, and I'm not going to say old people. I ain't going to say it. I ain't going to disrespect my people. Those are my people. Kinship, us older folk. I didn't do it, and then people kind of gave me like hell. Like, yo, man, I can't believe you didn't do it on CD. So, and I'd done like these download cards, USB cards.
Don't nobody know how to use that.
And that's exactly what happened. They purchased the card, and then they sent me like an inbox. It was like, I got this card, so what do I do with it? And I had to do like a tutorial, film like a tutorial of me opening it up, to the point where the USB. Oh, I said, yeah, just put this in your USB, and they were like, is it gonna mess my engine up to my car? I'm going, what? I said, it's the same way that you charge your phone. I said, just put it into the USB port. I said, they'll pop up on your screen. I promise you, this ain't gonna mess my car up. This ain't gonna mess this up. And they put it in, they go, oh, okay.
Well, you assume that some people charge, the old folks, that they charge their phone in the car. You assume that. I know a few that don't, because they don't know how.
I kind of learned that with this, And so this time I said, you know what? I'm going to press up a very limited amount of CDs, which I did. And of course, my office looks like the old Tower Records in New York, where I've got just about every record that I've released in stacks because people are going to eat this stuff up. And then they buy them in dribs and drabs.
Well, somebody could send me CD.
And what are you going to do with you? I might as well send you two. You're going to make earrings out of them or something like that? Or?
I have a CD player. I'm old school.
Do you? I'm proud of you.
I take that back.
Oh, damn.
It's messed up right now, but when somebody comes over here to fix it, I'll be able to listen to it.
Listen, I was defending the CD to someone, and they were in my car, and I was like, CDs sound better than MP3s. You'll see. And I put the CD inside my car, and the thing got stuck. All you heard was...
Oh, I have a CD player in the car.
I had, my older car. It was like, and I was like, I just can't defend CDs anymore. So...
Yeah, I can put it in and then it'll record the CD so I don't have to keep the CD in there. And so I can just go back to, like, if I'm like, oh, I don't have the CD with me, but I recorded it so I can listen to it.
Got it. Or you can put it on your phone and phone up or Bluetooth your phone.
But like my mama and my dad, they need the CD. they can't do all that. We tried. They can't do all that extra. If I'm not in the car, I'm going
to send you a couple of CDs for whoever you want to give them to. Or if I see you walking around with some earrings that say pieces on it, I'm going to know what happened. And I met your mom. So one is, I'm going to sign it to your mom. Your mom's a very lovely woman. So.
Oh, yes. She's pretty popular because of the picture that you took with her. She's pretty popular.
I tried to told her, in the words of my late grandmother, I tried to told you I was somebody. I told you I was somebody.
So, Love on You.
Wait a minute. What's with the head drop and the perched lips? And
it is the judgy, the judgy face. I love the song though, but I don't think I was expecting those lyrics. I was like, what?
What lyrics are you talking about?
You know.
No, I don't know.
I don't have them memorized, but you know.
Put in your CD player and learn it.
How does the song go?
I don't remember.
Let's talk about the cover art. That too. I said, are those lips or those?
There's someone's cheeks.
That's what I thought, because I was like, maybe it's like the bottom lip, but then I was like, or maybe it's like her knee. But then I was like, no, them look like cheeks.
Yeah, those are some of my booty cakes. So yeah.
So,
but you remembered it. See, it's.
I saw the comments. They were like, "Whose cheeks are those?"
Right, exactly. No, well, not but
okay. Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, I happen to like kind of like Afrobeat stuff, and I've never done a song like that before.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Randy Bolin, who did the song with together, we came up with this idea, and then we just decided to make it like sexy. Mm-hmm. And the more we would write on the song, the sexier it got. And then we got to like this little spoken part.
Are you blushing?
If I were white, I'd be pink about now. We got to the spoken word part, and we actually called the flow assist from poetry. She was supposed to do it, send her the track, and she was like, she's a London accent. I love it, Will. I love it. I was like, great. Come on, send me what you got. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it tomorrow. I was like, okay, great. And tomorrow never came. She just waited so long, and then I just said, you know what? I said, I'm just gonna get behind the mic and I'm just gonna say whatever. And
I didn't get a call. I could have tried.
You know what? You were doing TMZ that day.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you were busy doing bigger and better things, So
okay, well, that's her loss because this is a great song.
Definitely her loss. Definitely, but I love her. I'm sure we'll work together later in the future. Mm-hmm. And but for right now, you get me kind of turn up on your side from the back to the back.
Right. I think that part I was like, because I was writing, actually working on an article, and I'm listening and I'm like, did I just type that?
Hey, listen, it was just off the dome, just off the top of my. So yeah,
So
but
from what I can tell, though,
people love it.
everybody is loving the song, though, and
Well,
the
everyone love, the women
artwork.
don't love that part. All the I played it for someone before it was released. Actually, my background vocalist, and during the meat of the song, she's just kind of like she got her headphones on, and I'm just looking at her face, and she's grooving. And then the spoken word part, I could tell when it came up. All of a sudden, she was like,
See, right. Exactly.
They said, well, hold on, because I had it in my phone. It was on my phone, but she had her head. So she said, oh, no, hold on, back that up. And I backed it up a little bit. No, you went too far. Get a little closer. And then she head down all of a sudden again. I'm like, I said, what are you listening to? Baby, this spoken word thing. What is this all about? I said, all the singing I did before that is null and void. It means nothing.
Just the spoken word part.
Yeah, as soon as I say, turn your back. All of a sudden, I got cute all of a sudden. All of a sudden, I'm better looking.
I just wasn't expecting that from you.
Well, I've done songs like that before.
I know, but I don't know why it hit different this time.
All right.
It was the spoken word part, I guess. I don't know, but it's
different.
It's different. Okay, so will this end up being like a Pieces Part 1, or are you going to do like another Pieces?
Well, there will be a Pieces Part 2, which I've already started.
So later this year.
I'm 2 songs in. So yeah, if I can write, 4 or 5 more, I guess,
yeah, it'll be later this year. I give it about November, December.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's what I figured.
That sounds about right. Yeah, like we go on a slight hiatus in April. So I mean, I might go on a writing binge and and come up with a bunch of ideas. You never know.
Yeah, do some more spoken word on there too. Thanks.
Yeah. All of a sudden, what he sings? Sing.
Right.
the Malcolm Jamal Warner, she's brown, like Hennessy bronze,
Later in the year, Pieces Part 2.
Yeah, well, for sure there will be,
or early next year.
I don't know. For sure, there's going to be a song that I'm going to release that is even not on this piece's release that I'm going to put out because I wrote a song for my daughter. Okay. So the one who just recently passed away. So I wrote a song for her, and it's no for those who are listening. It's not one of them slow, solemn, slow singing, flower bringing type songs. It does have a little tempo to it. It's just reflective. So, yeah. So there'll be definitely something coming out very, very, very soon.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we cannot wait to hear that. And yeah, I love that though, that you did that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's closure. I don't say closure. It is
helping with your healing, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, and I probably won't even listen to the song ever again in life. But I gotta say it.
Yeah.
On behalf of the Downing family, me and my ex-wife, it's our daughter, was our youngest daughter. So,
Okay. Well, I understand if you don't listen to it ever again.
Nope.
We get it.
I'm gonna shoot a little video for it, and then if I never hear the song again, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So we'll go back to this current Pieces. The current Pieces.
Pieces 1.
Yes. So let's see. I just wrote down the names of the songs, and we'll just talk about each of them. I didn't do all of them, just some of them.
You can, man. Listen, this is your show. Maybe you should look over your right shoulder. Check the rhymes, yo. Check the rhyme, yo. Check the rhyme.
Early Years. What about that song? Tell me about that.
That's actually an old Barry White song.
You know what? I was wondering, I was like, I know I've heard it before, but I couldn't place like who sang it or where I'd heard it.
Your mama and daddy know that one. Your aunties and grandma, all them, they know that song. It's actually, I mean, obviously it wasn't Barry White's one of Barry White's biggest songs.
Yeah.
But it's a song that lyrically I could relate to
Mm-hmm.
because I can go back to career-wise to cassettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my career started with cassettes and then, slowly CDs kind of came in. I remember when the first ones came out and I was part of that. And it was like, it's this new thing. It's called CD. Like, what? And so we've seen this thing evolve from vinyl cassette, CDs, now MP3, AIFF, WAV files. So I've seen this evolution and I've seen the business change a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So with the song Early Years, it talks about the way things used to be and how I miss it. And, we've all kind of found our way in the new world, but I kind of long for like the way things used to be done. So Early Years, I could really relate lyrically to the song. And
well, since we're going, like, it feels like with the resurgence of vinyl, will you release stuff on vinyl as well?
I keep hearing about this resurgence of vinyl. I swear to you, I don't know one person of color that has a turntable.
You're looking at her. Hello.
I can now say I know one person that has a turntable.
I have 2 turntables.
All right, DJ,
one for upstairs, one for downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. Personally, I love vinyl. It sounds better. But I just have a feeling that it'll be one of those things where if I press 200 of them, I'm going to have 199 of them in a year.
Oh, just press like 20. Limited edition. Like Tito Jackson did. He did one in like a cool color. Limited edition. Beyonce just did a whole thing with vinyl and everybody was buying it whether they had something to play it on or not.
Beyonce could pass gas and say it's in a bottle and people will buy it. So you're talking about people that are people of means. Tito Jackson is a Jackson, and he ain't related to Jesse Jackson or Freddie Jackson. He is of the Jackson dynasty.
Okay.
And whether you care to believe it or not, that brother could pick up the telephone and call Janet and say, "Hey, I need a couple of dollars," or he can call Mama and then, "Mama, remember that trust fund money? Mama,
trust fund money." Okay.
Michael,
what about
a bowler hat? Give me some of that money. So he can get that. Here's the deal with anything that you make, aside from MP3s or whatever.
Okay.
The less you make, the more expensive it is to make.
Okay. Yeah, that's just like T-shirts. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you make 20 pieces of vinyl, in theory, they could charge you as much as $50 per piece. And then what are you going to sell it for? Who's going to buy? If I say, "Hey, Shamika, I got some vinyl. How much is that?" $75. Give me $100. You'll be like, zigga, 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 zigga. No.
Right. Because even when D'Angelo came out with the what is it? I forgot the name of the album, but the last album. I got it on vinyl, but it was I think it was
it Voodoo, that one?
No, like the one that he just like dropped like in the most random time and everybody was like, "He's back?"
Well, he's also backed by a big machine.
Okay, let me think of somebody else then.
And you really, in all honesty, with everything that you do when you talk to an artist, is you have to put it in context of who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Adults, we don't stream.
Right.
Adults don't have vinyl.
Some do, don't they?
Most adults don't stream. Most adults don't have vinyl. They get their music the way they get their music, and they want to come to a show, and they buy a CD or a shirt or whatever it might be.
Okay.
So they don't buy No, I can't account for other races. I don't know how they do it, but I don't know. You're the
Next
only
time
person.
you were in Charlotte, I have to take you to the Black-owned record store. There's only one here, but well, it's like actually it's in Monroe, and so I buy all my music from there. So,
Okay.
but yeah, but now that I think about it, there's
when I
never
was in Charlotte. You just
there's
came
never a
to the
lot of
show.
there's never a lot of Black people in there when I'm shopping.
Wow. Get out of here. You don't say.
Maybe it's because of where it's located. That's what it is. That's what it is. Maybe.
If Vinyl were popular, there would be one in Charlotte. There would be a store in Charlotte that sold it.
Well, there are stores, but I just like going to the Black-owned one.
I got you. All right. Well,
yeah. Right. Support Black businesses. All right, back to the album then.
All right, back to the album.
Because you don't want to do vinyl, but
I might just press one for you. I'll do what Wu-Tang did. It was only one. They'd be like one CD, sort of for $1 million or something like that.
Yeah. Don't charge that much because you'll end up keeping that.
I won't get that much. Because Elon Musk would come along and I gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? It was actually the dude who made what was the medicine he made? He had like a pharmaceutical company, if I remember correctly. He was the dude that bought it. He was the guy that was charging everybody like 10 times the price for insulin or something like that.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, him. But I think he was the one that purchased it, or he said he was going to buy it.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll buy my copy too and give me a bottle of insulin or something like that.
Bottle of insulin. All right. I really like, I like the whole album, but because I put a star beside this, so I think I must like it.
Right.
You Deserve Better. Because I thought, where was the song when I needed to hear You Deserve Better? A couple of years ago. Where was this?
Yeah, well, it was probably in the gentleman who wrote the song, who added me later to kind of just change a few things. David P. Stevens, guitarist David P. Stevens. So the guitar solo that you're hearing on that song is him. Really good guitar player, really good artist. He and I were friends on social media, and we had never met before. Oh. And somehow we ended up on a festival together out on the West Coast. And afterwards, he reached out. He was like, "Man, I watched your show," and he said, "Man, I went to the show and I saw some stuff that made me that inspired me to write this song." And so, yeah, lyrically, he came up with this idea, and I thought it was great.
I wonder, what did he see? Did you ask?
Well, I guess you'd have to listen to the song and kind of put two and two together.
Yeah.
Well, okay. When we started the interview, you said that someone had reached out and had a bunch of questions for me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if we did it on camera or off camera, but you said someone had a bunch of questions. So I think it was like someone who's like a super fan. Okay. And I think that was the inspiration for it. Like, like, hey, you show up everywhere I go. Mm-hmm. Leave me alone. Go follow Will Down. I don't know. You deserve better.
Go follow
Will Down. Guitar player. Follow George Benson. I don't know. Like, where's Norman Brown when you need him? Follow Norman Brown. Jonathan Butler. Leave me the hell alone. You deserve better. It's not me. It's not you. It's me. You deserve better.
That's funny. So, and I'm sure there's a reason why I wrote Bobby Womack in parentheses on this one.
Oh, that's got to be Damn It, I Want You.
Yes.
Well, this is my Damn It, I Want You is my nod to kind of like Southern Soul.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be like your guy. I ain't gonna be like Calvin Richardson.
Oh, there you
go. See. Now wait, do I detect a blush there? Am I batting this blush thing back and forth now?
No, this is just my filter.
But yeah, that is my version of kind of Southern Soul. And so there's a couple of guitar licks on there that remind people of Bobby Womack, which is maybe why you wrote it. I don't know. Yeah,
because I wrote it in parentheses. Sometimes when I'm listening, I just write like a note, and then I'll go back like, what did I mean?
Listen, don't feel bad. I've written a million songs like that. Like for me, I'll come up with an idea for a song and I'll take my phone out and I'll, put the recorder on and I'll start humming stuff. And to me, in my head, it's jamming. And I'm like, got it. I got it. And I go back and I'll listen to it later. I was like, or something like that. What the hell is that? And I go, great. So,
oh my gosh. So, of all the songs on Pieces, do you have a favorite?
No. I really don't. I think that they all represent a piece of me and a period of time, or message wise what I was trying to say, lyrically what I was trying to say. And it's funny, the one song that I was going to leave off of the project, which is like the last tune, I thought it was too dated sounding. It was just like I just wanted to do something that it almost has like a Bernard Wright kind of a feel to it. And I think Bernard had passed away. And I was like, oh man, I've always loved that groove. And I came up with this groove. And then when it was done, I was like, yeah, this sounds too dated. I said, I'm not going to release it. And then someone talked me into putting it out.
Yeah, I don't think it sounded dated at all.
Yeah, then, someone was like, oh, nah, man, it was old as new. I was like, oh, okay. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I did it.
I'm a genius.
Oh, I don't even know it.
So we're going to get, are we going to get some videos, like for Love on You?
Well, there is like a little short thing that I use for
more. Are we going to get more?
I'll use you. I can use you. Are you hearing impaired now? Is something wrong?
Must be something wrong with this camera and this like. Hello? No.
Okay, right. Will. Are you there? I don't know. Did you see the little video piece that I put out?
I did. That's why I was like, we gonna get more?
That's enough.
That's it?
I mean, that's like a movie within itself.
Okay.
So,
all right.
And then trust me, you don't want to see me do that.
Well, some people might. They might.
I don't think anybody would like to see. Trust me on this one. They see the little video. No one wants to see me do this.
So is this because I always get? I mean, I know people are like EP or album. Is this an EP or is this an album?
To me, it's an EP.
Okay. Yeah. So this is technically still 26, number 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's and I can stand by this one, and I'm I don't have to worry about apologizing to you next year or next interview. I think EPs is that's how I'm going to end it. Just keep on just doing EPs. Okay. It doesn't make any sense because people go through this music so quickly.
Yeah. There's
so much coming at them. They listen for a minute and change, and then they kind of next, and next. It's like people just they don't savor the music the way they used to.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense to record 10, 11, 12 songs. And then people, I mean, as an artist, your feelings would just get hurt, because no one's, taking it in the way, you intended it to be. Like,
right.
Someone's going to embrace this, and it's going to be their go-to song. And it's kind of like, hell yeah, I checked it out. What else you got? Really? Like, I worked months on this one. They're like,
what else?
Anything new? Anything else new?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to jump to the fan questions.
Okay. Fan questions. Here we come. Let me get my drink out. It's just regular, some Crystal Light in there.
All right. And it's always interesting. It's always women submitting questions. I wonder why that is.
Women, quiet as it's kept, women run this whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, for male artists, for adult, artists, yeah. I mean, dudes are too hard to kind of say, I want to go see you in concert or, or write in questions. They go because their lady wants them to go, or they go to meet, some pretty ladies that came to the show. Like I used to go to shows all the time with my male friends, but like that's, folks don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like we go see Luther all the time. Like, yo, man, just other singers or musicians, and just it will be a thing. You just go and just hear someone who's masterful at what they do and enjoy it. But like, we just don't do that anymore. So women are the ones who kind of say, "I want to go see Will Dynamite," and they come out and in groups of 5 and 6, or they tell their boyfriend or their husband or whoever it is that they want to go to the show. And the dudes, they get to the show and they're watching the show. They got the lady by the hang on, like, they're looking at me like,
hurry up, get through these songs.
But then by the end of the night, we have so much fun at the shows, and we laugh so much. They realize that, like, oh man, I kind of like this dude. He's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. He did a bunch of songs that I forgot that he did this one. I forgot he did that one, and it was kind of cool. And they have a great night, and then they come back.
I have a friend a guy that said he had been listening to you since college, mm-hmm. and I was like, wow, you never shared that before. But he said, like, he's been a fan since college, and I don't remember him having a girlfriend. So he was just in his room, putting the wheel down and by himself.
Listen, I don't know when we changed this to this hard, type dudes. But like, I would listen to the Commodores. I would listen to, Frankie Beverly and Mays. I would listen to all that stuff. Or Stevie or Donny Hathaway or Luther or whoever it was. And just appreciated the songs for what they were. They didn't necessarily have to have like a purpose.
Yeah.
There obviously were songs that you would play, you put on your mixtape or whatever when you were trying to set the mood. But I mean, a cold ass song is a cold ass song. If you like Function, Love Train, like I ain't gotta be with somebody to listen to Love Train. I like Love Train. It's cold ass too.
But I think social media has turned it into this like, that, like, for example, like there are guys that they like Beyonce, they like her music, mm-hmm. but people get on social media and say guys aren't supposed to listen to this, or guys aren't supposed to listen to this, or they're not supposed to listen to this. But then it's like, well, why can't they?
Well, listen, social media has us all believing that you're not supposed to have an opinion.
Right. Right.
I read recently where Stephanie Mills had said something in regards to Beyonce and Diana Ross. Mm-hmm. Like, folks are coming after her. I'm like, she's entitled to her opinion. If she
They're
likes
coming after Shaka right now for her opinion. They are going in.
Yeah, it's like that's what I like. To me, she's a queen, as she said. Like that's what she likes, and that's what she likes. Everybody ain't. If someone says, "Hey, I like so and so more than I like Jacquees or whoever it is," or why do you like the king of R&B? Like, yeah, I like so and so. I just think that this person is this, and then I think that this person is that. It's not putting either one of them down. That's who I like.
Yeah.
So I go online. I keep my mouth shut. Stephanie Mills is a friend of mine. I was going to say something like, let me help defend Stephanie. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. She's all right. She fights a good fight. Yeah, she get a couple punches in. Yeah, she's all right. Put a couple towel in you.
Okay, I'm going to jump into the fan question.
Okay, you got it.
First one. Someone wanted to know what made you decide to do the wind down, and where do you find the inspiration for which artist you're going to put in the show? Like, I guess that's really I think that's how they worded it. I just tried to take some of the words out.
I'll fill in the gaps. I got it.
Yeah.
I started doing the wind down back in 2008, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. And I was just coming back from my illness, and I wasn't well enough to go out on the road and work and perform.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted people to know that I was still alive and whatever. So I started doing this weekly show and just started playing songs of classic artists and new artists, and adding little segments into the show as well to keep it interesting. And then I just stuck with it. So I do it every week. The inspiration that I get on a weekly basis could be based on the month. Like, obviously February was Black Music Month, but also a month for lovers. So I focus really on that. March is now Women's History Month. So it's like I'm going to play a lot of female artists that are empowering in some sort of a way. Mm-hmm. And then as I hear new music, I may put the feature on like new artists, or I
Yeah.
might do a Blue Eyed Soul, or you know what I mean. It's all based on kind of what I'm feeling, but
Okay.
you're never at a loss for songs to play. I mean, it's a rarity. Good stuff is hard to find,
Right.
but there's a lot of material out there if you search for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna piggyback off of that question with another one from someone on Twitter. Actually, they wanted to know, and to me, it's kind of a. I'll let you answer it because I was going to answer it for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you answer it.
Gee, thanks. Let me see what did you write? You know.
So basically, she said, "Have you ever thought of doing a podcast and having up and coming jazz and R&B artists as guests on the show?"
I'm not gifted in the art of interviewing like you are. I'm not. I can talk about me, but you know, if I were interviewing someone, it would be the world's shortest interview. It's like, hey, you know, tell me about your past. You know, what are you doing now? What do we expect? Wow, look at the time.
Okay.
So that's not my forte. And plus, I'm the type of person. I'm not a reader or a listener in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
I want the music and the art to speak for itself. So I'd rather get as much music in as possible, as opposed to, you know, the person, the intimate details of a person. I'd rather let the music kind of like, I'd rather play more music and less talk. That's my platform.
Okay. She also, same person,
Mhm.
said that well, they had a question about Unsung, and I actually went back and rewatched your Unsung
Okay.
yesterday, because since somebody didn't send over a press release, but no, I should have your career memorized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been on the show 1,100 times. You should know it by now. But go ahead.
But I just wanted to revisit the story.
Sure.
And I did notice there was something someone said, because I wrote it down in parentheses, because I was like, wow, I know I've watched this episode multiple times, but I don't remember this part.
Yeah.
And I missed who said it. It was, I think, maybe a journalist or somebody. Anyway, they said that you created your own lane. You remember that part?
I do not, but I mean, and I said this or during the interview? Or
No, somebody else said it about you.
Well, I mean, there's definitely some truth to it. The people that have influenced me over the years had their own thing. Like to me, Luther was probably and the first time I heard him Change was probably like the biggest influence musically on me, along with Al Jarreau.
Mm-hmm.
And Luther was a kind of R&B pop artist. He started out basically R&B, and then somewhere along the way, he kind of morphed into, you know, something a little soft, almost like Lionel Richie. Like Lionel Richie with the Commodores, it was like, you know, Zoom. Mm-hmm. It was, you know, Too Hot to Trot. It was slippery when it's wet. You know, it was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It was real funky. And then somewhere along the way, like 3 times a lady came, and then it turned into, you know, Still, like, you know, what's this? So, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And there's a crossover appeal to that. And that's what they do. My thing was, I was a lover, and still am, a lover of traditional R&B, contemporary jazz, and traditional jazz. And I had been with the Universal system for 24 years. Mm-hmm. They would like do everything in their power to kind of get me off the fence of, you know, doing these different genres of music on one record. They're like, right, aside. And I'm like, nah. I'm like, I got my own lane. No one's doing what I do. Mm-hmm. You know, whether you think it's popular or not, I made a living at this for, 35 years now. So yeah, ain't nobody doing it because it ain't the most popular thing in the world to do, but people love it.
You're selling out places.
I'm selling out, and they come out and they buy the music and they have a good time. And yeah, so yeah, I mean, I guess in that regard, I do have my own lane.
Okay, so to piggyback that, because that was really my question, but the question the fan asked was if there was an updated Unsung episode, an updated Will Downing unsung. What additional stuff would be added to that story?
Well, I mean, we're recorded today. I mean, hell, my year started off like, I don't know if I can curse up here, but
yeah, I like curse words.
Yeah, it was pretty shitty.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I would certainly incorporate my daughter, my middle daughter, into it a lot more. Siobhan definitely would incorporate her into it more. So yeah, I mean, it's life.
Yeah.
And just when you think you got it figured out, it's like, you get hit. Like, and everything is not necessarily tragic. But it's just like the longer you live, the more you're going to see, the more you're going to experience. Right. And everybody can do an unsung. I mean, everyone has their history, everyone has their story, and it's always evolving until, you're no more.
Right.
It's just the way it is. So,
yeah.
I get, what's happened. No, I think it's the most jacked up thing that has ever happened to me in my life. But if you watch the unsung, the most jacked up thing that ever happened to me in my life then was I got sick.
Yeah.
And this beat out that. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
That's what life is. I mean, for lack of a better word, you're always going to trump yourself. In life, there's always going to be something that's going to come along and you say, like, this is the worst thing that could ever happen. And then it's like, shit. Like, really? Or this is the best thing that ever happened to me. And then that falls apart. And then something else better comes along.
Right.
That's what life is. It's hills and valleys.
Yeah, that's true. And I never thought about updated unsung episodes. Like, I just don't, unless they get to the point where they're like, we need some more content. But I don't know.
We got nothing else to do. Who's that black guy that we deployed? The black guy. It's pretty funny. Get him. What's he doing now?
Yeah, call him up. She also wanted to know, how's your health? But I feel like we've talked about your health. One of the 11 times that you were on here.
Well, hey, listen, you're here talking to me.
Yeah.
You saw me in concert.
I did.
You can verify that I was at least up and I was upright. Whether I was good or not.
You were two-stepping.
Yeah, that's all I got. My little two-step. That's all I got. You ain't gonna see Beyonce. You ain't gonna see 50 people coming out. We're gonna be, hey, two-step. That's what we're doing. That old two-step.
And they wanted to know out of your 26 albums, which one is your favorite?
Wow. I have 3. A Dream Fulfilled.
Okay.
The Song Garden. And The Promise.
Okay.
And actually a 4th. I would have to say Sophisticated Souls, like a favorite of mine as well.
Most people are like, no, I don't have a favorite because all of them are like my kids.
And that's what we're supposed to say. But I've done many an album that after it was done, and it's not necessarily the album as a total piece. There may be just some songs on there just kind of like, oh, was I thinking? Like, why? And I've done that several times. Like, what the hell made me do that? Or something I sung, and I was like, you really didn't sing that well. Like, why did you release it? So, with those 4 albums, I think I did the best I could, and I could stand by it.
Okay. What about, and I just added this one, she didn't ask this, but I'm just throwing it in there. Your favorite song that you've recorded from all of those albums? If you had to pick, well, I'll give you 3. If you had to pick 3.
Oh my God. Well, some of the songs didn't start out being my favorites. So, like, I mean, they didn't. I mean, Nothing Has Ever Felt. That was like the hardest I've ever worked in the studio. And when we finished, I was like, I hate this song. I don't ever have to hear this song. And then, it kind of grew on me, and as the popularity of the song started, and then I started appreciating more of the hard work that we put into it. Good feel of it. So, that's certainly one. I mean, the stuff that I like, no one else really likes. Like, Love's the Place to Be. Like that, to me, that was like my favorite song that I've ever recorded.
Uh-huh.
And
other people, like others, don't like name that as a favorite.
no, we used to do it in concert, and I would just get like that blank stare, from the audience. Like they could not appreciate it. I just remember getting that phone call from the gentleman that I did the song with, Ronnie Foster.
Mm-hmm.
At 2 a.m. and he lives on the West Coast, so it was 11 p.m. his time, 2 a.m. my time. And he called me and he's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry to bother you, man. Like I just came up with this idea for something." And like I'm literally in bed and I get up and I go into my living room. I said, "Okay, man, what you got?" And he started playing this song and I was bawling, literally tears. I had like the Viola Davis snot coming out my nose and blowing. It was a movie she did with Denzel, and she's crying, and that was me. I was like, the most beautiful song I ever heard. And so it was inspiring for me when I got behind the microphone doing the song.
Uh-huh.
I put my best foot forward, and to make it sound really beautiful. So I was really pleased with it. And, we added live strings and spent lots and lots and lots of money. And then I was like, people are going to love this song. This is going to be a classic. Like, Nat King Cole sings. And
I'm sorry, I need to laugh. You should re-release it and keep re-releasing it until people jump on board.
Hey, listen, they can go back and they can listen to it on YouTube, or they can buy the album. But
I know.
That was my favorite. Yeah, that was my favorite. Wait, let me see. Where is it on the wall here? Let's see. Where is it?
See, you got all the CDs up there.
Yeah, there it is. Which way am I going? Him.
Oh, nope. Okay.
Yeah.
How many songs was that? Did you name 2? Or did you name 3?
Yeah, 2's good enough.
2, okay. Well, I think I had already jumped the gun with the last question they had, which I asked you that at the beginning about a tour with the new music, but you already said you were going to incorporate that.
It's coming. It's coming.
I was just curious. After seeing the show, I don't think I've ever asked you what goes into putting that show together, like the prep behind it.
Like most artists, I mean, it's.
I don't know what they do either.
All the people that
give me all the secrets.
And I was gonna say, all the interviews that you've done, this is the first time you've asked this question.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
I'm honored. I'll tell you. Well, it's not a secret. I mean, we get together and we rehearse. I mean, much like a sports team. We get together, we practice. We have a set list. We have a general idea of what we think is going to work and entertaining to the audience. We make sure that there's a good pace to it, so that there is no lull in the show. And also the shows morph into something new damn near every night based on the audience reaction. So it's not the same, freaking joke, or I sing the same exact thing every time, or I stand on the X. I mean, sometimes the audience inspires like what we might do or what we might not do, or even time. If someone says, "Hey, you got 60 minutes on stage," like, you better pick your best 60. So that means you take stuff out, and so that means that the band has to be very well versed in a lot of material, so that we can kind of interweave certain songs that folks want to hear, and people request stuff, and we should be able to do that on request. So we're very well rehearsed.
So do you practice the jokes too? Are
No,
those organic?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's organic, and some of it, if it worked the night before, then you try it again. I mean, it's like a comedian. Why would you change it? It's part of the show.
Yeah.
Sometimes it changes into something new.
My mama kept saying, "What'd he say? What'd he say?"
well, hopefully she was saying it because she didn't believe what I said, or hopefully it wasn't an audio thing, or she couldn't hear.
Well, we couldn't hear from where we were sitting. Some of it, when you were in a certain part of the stage, we couldn't hear you. And I was like, if I couldn't hear what you said, I just made it up. And then she'd laugh. So I was like, oh, okay, that worked.
We're improvising off of my material. And for the record, for those who are watching and listening, she called me at the last minute requesting tickets. So the show was over sold out. So we put her and her mom and a couple other people who requested tickets. We put them on the side of the stage. So there are no speakers on the side of the stage. So you get what you get, you know, like where are my seats? Inside.
We were singing along with you, but you know, and then the woman beside me, she was I kept wondering if you could see the flash from her camera, because every time you would turn your face towards that side of the stage, I was like, don't do that, and it would be like flash every single time she was trying to get like, but then you would move, and then when you come back, flash, and I was like,
I'm so used to it.
Get put out of here.
I'm so used to it at this point. Normally, before the show starts, they make this big announcement: "There's no flash photography. Please refrain from."
We didn't hear it.
Even if you did, it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, as soon as you say, "Please refrain from using your cell phone," ladies and gentlemen, Will Downing, and all you see is this. My whole nipple.
Yeah, I think you made that lady's, I think it was a lady, you grabbed her phone and you were filming.
I should have just taken and kept it. She was like live streaming for someone else. I was like, why do you tell this person to buy a ticket?
Because you were sold out.
Yeah, well, get your tickets early, you know? And listen, in the words of my dad, I'm popular, not popular. You must be popular. So, yeah, I'm popular.
Right.
People like me. You know, if you didn't believe it, if you don't know, now you know.
Well, it was a great show, from what I heard. No, I'm kidding. It was a great show.
Hey, nobody booed. We did an encore. You know, folks didn't want to go home. You know.
Yeah, I wanted to just move a little closer, but I was like, I don't want to get put out, so I'm gonna just sit here in this chair and sit still.
Next time I'll put you and Mom on the stage. All right, it'll be the best seat in the house. All right.
No, don't do that. Well, it has been a pleasure having you back on Check the Rhymes for the 50th time. I do hope you come back for number 51.
I was going to say, should we schedule 51 now? Should we just, the year of our Lord, 2023, It'll
probably be, I think it's going to be sometime this year. I do.
Yeah. It'll be my Christmas gift to you.
Okay. With the vinyl. Don't forget the vinyl.
I can't guarantee you that, but.
Oh, do we get new t-shirts though with pieces on there? Because the shirt the shirt I have, it just has the 25 albums, I think.
Oh, you didn't see? You got a free ticket. You didn't buy a t-shirt from me.
They had t-shirts? Where were the t-shirts? I had on my t-shirt, but where were the t-shirts?
Black people and onions will keep you crying. Black people and onions will keep you crying.
Where were the t-shirts?
They were out front when you walked in. The gentleman who walked you back to your seats.
It was a white lady that walked me back to my seat. She didn't even give me a chance to get a snack. She was like, "Let's go."
Yeah, you should have waited on the brother.
Yeah.
Wait on the brother before you go to another. All right.
So I didn't see where the shirts were.
Yeah, you got to go to the website. Go to theprinceofsophisticatedsoul.com, and there are these shirts now with if you have the Kind of Guy single cover, it's a picture of me, and that's on the shirt now. It's beautiful. It is absolutely. I looked at it myself and said, "Damn, you look pretty good."
Oh well, that's your fault for not telling me there were new shirts.
I'll give you free tickets for you and Mom, free music, and get you shirts, boy.
Are you wearing your Check the Rhyme shirt today or no?
I wore it yesterday. It's being washed.
I don't believe you, but okay.
No, about mine.
I figured so. Well, tell everybody where they can get pieces.
They can get pieces at theprinceofsophisticatedsoul.com, or you can probably pick it up on iTunes or Amazon. You can get everything at Amazon. If you want to get a hard copy, or if you like to download it as well. And if you want to keep up with me, I'm Will Downing3 on Instagram. I'm Will Downing Singer on Facebook. Boom.
What does the 3 mean?
That means 2 other people beat me to 1 and 2. I don't know who they are, but
yeah. Okay. Well,
got me.
Y'all heard it here. Get Pieces. There'll be Pieces Part 2 soon, probably later this year.
Negro Domus has deemed it so.
Yep. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you. Thanks for having me once again.
Okay.
Carvels. There we go.
I keep meaning to look that up. I keep meaning to look that up, and then I forget because it's almost St. Patrick's Day.
Cookie or puss, baby. You got to get your cookie or puss.
I got to look them up because I need to see what this cake looks like.
I'm telling you, it was the same cake that they have for Christmas. Or they had Fudgy the Whale. It was all the same. They just put like it would be green. Like, so here he is, Cookie or puss, and be like they just painted green and be a guy.
I just don't know why they thought that would be a great name for cake.
You got to remember what year it was. Got to remember the year.
What year was it?
That's got to be like 78, 79.
Oh, okay.
Around there. Yeah, Carvel. Don't crack on Carvel. Carvel has some good ass ice cream. He gave me a job for like a week.
A week, a whole week.
and I might be 4 days too generous. I knew it was time for me to go, and the hardest question of the day was, do you want a plain or sugar cone? And they yelled at me. You didn't ask me whether they wanted a plain or sugar cone. I was like, I really got to say that?
Of course. You got to tell people they got options.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Make you wear a stupid white hat, you know. Like, I was looking like Uncle Ben, like with a white shirt and a white hat on. I was asking they wanted rice. He's like, brown or white rice.
Did you get fired or did you quit, though?
It was a combination of both.
Y'all parted amicably.
I didn't come back. They weren't mad. That's all I can tell you.
Well, I hope that they buy the album Pieces, and you think they're still around? I'm sure the people you worked with.
Well, you know what? Listen, you got one of them smartphones. Hold on.
You got one of them smartphones.
Yeah, let's look it up. We got a second. Let's see. You probably faster. I see you over there, fast fingers over there. You're already at it.
No, I'm not. I'm like, hold on. I'm looking. I'm slow with the phone. Well, this phone, because I need a new one.
Oh, Lord. I guess you want me to buy you one of those too, huh?
I mean, if you want to. Let's see. What's it called? Carvels.
Carvels. Carvels. It's Carvels.
Ice cream.
Ice cream still exists. Let's see. Still. Let's see. Go.
Yeah, they have a website.
See? There's 48 Carvel locations in my area. Yeah. Oh. Let's see if there's one in Charlotte.
I think there is.
Monroe, or whatever. You want to go to fancy places.
Oh, it's in Monroe?
No, I was asking.
Oh, let me see. Where
that was my question. Let's see. Carvel's has a Facebook page.
I don't see any for North Carolina. Hold on.
Wow. Actually, there's one not far from me.
You need to go in there.
I said, no. They probably have a "Don't let this dude in" thing up on the wall. Wait a minute.
I think the closest one is in Myrtle Beach.
Wow.
There's not one here.
Hold on. I'm going to look up one thing. Cookie O Puss.
Would that be under cake?
I'm sorry. I just got to know. Wait a minute.
They have Crazy for Crunchies.
Wait a minute.
Crunchies.
Okay.
Fudgy the Whale. There's Fudgy the Whale.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That thing is creepy looking. That is such a creepy cake. Does that say greetings from Cookie Puss?
Yeah. Cookie Puss, yeah. And like Tom Carvel had the funniest voice. He sounded like, the old dude. Like,
Oh, wait, you're right. Cookie O Puss. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see. You're right. I don't know if you can see it though. Wait, I'm trying to. Can you see it?
Yeah, there he is. Cookie O Puss. See?
That thing looks so creepy.
When you was a kid, you got yourself a Cookie O Puss.
No.
Hey, there's probably a stripper out there with that name.
Probably. It looks like it's got like I bet that's a sugar cone with cookies.
What's your stripper name? Cookie O Puss?
Oh my gosh. You got to go get one. You got to go get one of those, because especially for St. Patrick's Day, you got to go get one. And then send me a picture.
If they still make that, no.
They do. That was the website.
No, that's from like 19.
That was today's website.
I'm gonna give me a Cookie O Puss ice cream cake.
Please do it. Just for St. Patrick's Day. Do it.
I can't wait that long. Shit.
Oh, we'll go today or tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. I got the weekend off. Ice cream gives me gas.
Oh, so you'll have time to be at home.
Yeah. No shows this weekend. Yeah, I can have some ice
cream. Okay, I'm gonna end this interview because I feel like it's going to go somewhere else.
It is.
Oh yeah. Thank you for joining me on Check the Rhymes.
90% of the stuff you better edit out. No one's gonna believe it anyway.
Right, they're not.
Yeah,